Welcome to my video again. Today this video is going to be my 8th video, part 2 on the chapter relation and functions. In the last video already you have practiced question number 1 ka Roman 1, Roman 4 from the exercise 1.1, right? Now today in this video we are going to complete the remaining maths from the same exercise 1.1. Now let us solve them one by one. Understood? First, let us come to the question number 1 ka Roman 5 ka Roman D from the same exercise 1.1. First, let us read what is told here. Let a relation R on a set A. What is A here? The set of all human beings. Defined by R equal to x, y such that x is y of y. Now you have to check whether this R is reflexive or not, symmetric or not, or transitive or not, like previous maths. So you have to check whether it is equivalence or not. That is the main thing to be checked. First, look at here how the relation R is defined here. It is very important to understand. If you understand somehow, then the math will be finished by 50%. First, let us see what is told here. R equal to x, y such that x is y of y. Here all the xy will be coming from a set. Set A means it is a set of all human beings. Correct? First, let us understand what is the meaning of these definitions. If x is y of y, double implying x, y belongs to R. The meaning of this one is if x is y of y, then the order here x, y will be satisfying the given relations. Means x, y belongs to R. And conversely we can say if x, y belongs to R, then x will be y of y. That is the meaning of double implying. Again I am saying from the first. If x is y of y, then the order here x, y will be belongs to R. Conversely we can say if xy belongs to R, then x will be y of y. That is the meaning of this definition in short. Understood or not? So you have to keep this definition in mind. Keeping this in mind, now you have to check whether R is reflexive or not, symmetric or not, or transitive or not. Now let us check all the points one by one. Understood? Now let us come to the first point to be checked, that is reflexive. We know by the definition of reflexivity, to be reflexive, first we need to pick up one single element from the given set A. So let us pick up one single element x from the given set A. Now you have to check whether the same element's order here x, x belongs to R or not. If belongs, then you can say it will be reflexive, otherwise not. Now let us verify it. We know x cannot be wife of herself. Now first let us understand what is that. What is the meaning of R here? R is the set of all ordered pairs of the form x, y. Then how x and y are related? X will be wife of y. So it is clear here, since x is wife of y, obviously x will be female because x is wife of y. Y means, so y will be husband, obviously. So y will be male. That means it is clear here, x will be female, y will be male. Now we are going to check whether it is reflexive or not. So we claim here a girl, a female cannot be wife of herself. Understood? So we can say from here the element x cannot be wife of herself. That means x, x does not belong to R because it is violating these conditions, these previous definitions. That's why we can say x, x does not belong to R. So we can claim from here R is not reflexive. Understood or not? Because to be reflexive, the same elements order pair has to be satisfying the given relations. But here we have shown X cannot be wife of herself. A female cannot be wife of herself. That's why X comma X does not belongs to R. So R is not reflexive here. Understood or not? Now let us come to the second point to be checked, that is symmetric. And we know to be symmetric we need to pick up two distinct elements from the given set. So let us pick up first two distinct elements X and Y from the given set A. And at the same time we assume that the order pair X comma Y satisfying the relation R already. Now from here, if somehow we can check Y comma X also belongs to R, then it will be symmetric. Again I am saying, let us assume that X comma Y belongs to R. Now from here, if by any means we can check the reverse order pair Y comma X also belongs to R, then it will be symmetric. Otherwise not. Now let us verify it. Now look at the definition. What is the meaning of X comma Y belongs to R? Means X is wife of Y. You can say X comma Y belongs to R means X will be wife of Y. That means it is confirmed it is female, as I said earlier, and it will be male. So from here you can claim Y cannot be wife of X, because how Y will be wife of X? Because Y is the male. So from here you can say Y comma X does not belong to R, because it is not satisfying the given definitions. Understood or not? So you can say Y comma X does not belong to R. So firstly we have taken X comma Y belongs to R, and finally we have checked Y comma X does not belong to R. So we can say from here R is not symmetric. Understood or not? Firstly we have taken X comma Y belongs to R, then we claimed X is wife of Y from the given definitions. X is wife of Y means obviously X will be female, Y will be husband, male. So from here reversely you can say Y cannot be wife of X, because Y is the male. How he will be wife of X? So we can say from here Y comma X does not belong to R. That means firstly we have chosen X comma Y belongs to R, and finally we have shown that Y comma X does not belong to R. That means here R will not be symmetric. Understood or not? Now let us come to the third point to be checked, that is transitive. We know from the definition that to be transitive we need to pick up first three distinct elements. So first let us pick up three distinct elements XYZ from the given set A, and at the same time we assume that X comma Y belongs to R as well as Y comma Z belongs to R. Means we have assumed already X comma Y belongs to R as well as Y comma Z belongs to R. From here by any means if you can check X comma Z also belongs to R, then it will be transitive, otherwise not. Now let us verify it. Now look at the definition here. X comma Y belongs to R means X will be wife of Y, correct? So here mention it will be female, it will be male. Now look at here. What is the meaning of similarly Y comma Z belongs to R from the given definition? Y will be wife of Z. That means here Y has to be female, it is to be male. But so in the previous step we have seen that X will be wife of Y, means Y is the male, but here we see Y is the female. It is contradiction. So it is contradictions. So from here we can say obviously, so we can claim x cannot be wife of z, because in the previous step we have seen y should be wife of y. Here y is the male and here y is working as a female, so both are contradiction. So here we can say x cannot be wife of z. That means x comma z, so does not belongs to R. So firstly we have taken x comma y belongs to R as well as y comma z belongs to R. But ultimately we have proved in the previous step here x comma z does not belongs to R. So we can claim here R is not transitive. Understood or not? So here it is the relation where it is neither reflexive nor symmetric and not transitive. So obviously it is not an equivalent relations. But in the exam the question may be given in this way. Give an example where R is neither reflexive nor symmetric and not transitive. So it is the one of the example. Please keep in mind. Okay. Now let us come to the second question. Now let us come to the second questions in the same exercise 1.1. First let us read what is told here. So that the relation R on a set R. Here don't be confused between these two R. Here this R means relation and here this R is the set of all the real numbers, means real number set, defined by R equal to a comma b such that a less than or equal to b square, where all a b will be coming from real number set, each neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. That means we have to prove this R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Now let us verify them one by one. Now dear students, for your kind information, let me inform you, here among all the maths in the exercise 1.1, this type of questions are very important for the CBSE board exam, because it comes in the CBSE board exam frequently, and also these are known as rare questions. Why these are called rare questions? Because here we shall be verifying reflexivity, symmetricity or transitivity by taking a particular example, not in general like the previous maths. Again I am saying why these are called rare questions. It is very important to be understood. Why these are called rare questions? Because here we shall be verifying reflexive, symmetric or transitive by taking a particular example, not generally like the previous maths. And by any means you have to remember the particular example by practicing 2 or 3 times minimum. If you don't practice minimum 2 or 3 times, the example cannot be remembered. Also, we cannot create the example in the exam hall instantly. So, this type of math needs minimum practicing. Otherwise, the example cannot be remembered easily. Now, let us verifying reflexive, symmetric and transitivity by taking particular examples. How to take the examples and what are the examples we have to take? Now, let us see one by one. First, let us understand here how the relation R is defined. R equal to a comma b such that a less than equal to b square. For all a b will be coming from a real number set. That means here R is the set of all order pairs of the form a comma b, and how a and b are related? A has to be less than equal to b square. That means we can say if a less than equal to b square, double implying a comma b belongs to R. That means if a less than equal to b square, then the order pair a comma b will be satisfying relation R. That means a b will be belongs to R. Or conversely we can say if a comma b belongs to R, then a less than equal to b square. It is the main meaning of this definition in short. Again I am saying what is the meaning of that? If a less than equal to b square, then you can say the order pair A comma B will be belongs to R, means will be satisfying the given relation. Or conversely we can say, if A comma B belongs to R, then A less than or equal to B square. That is the meaning of this definition in short. So you have to keep in mind to check the reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Understood or not? Now here we shall be taking one example to be verified whether it is reflexive or not. Now let us take half. We know half is the real numbers from the real number set. Now you have to check whether half comma half belongs to R or not. If belongs, then R will be reflexive, otherwise not. Now we claim half comma half does not belongs to R. This half comma half will not be satisfying the given relation R. Why? Because half and half square. What is the value of half square? 1 by 4. Between half and 1 by 4, which bigger? Half is bigger. That means we can say half bigger than 1 by 2 whole square. So we can say from here, half is not less than 1 by 2 whole square. So simply though it is violating the definition. That means half comma half, this order pair is violating the definition. So we can say R is not reflexive. Understood or not? Again I am saying from the first, we know always to be reflexive, always same elements order pair has to be satisfying the given relation. That means A comma A has to belong to R, then it will be reflexive. For example here, let us take half from the real number set R. Now you have to verify whether half comma half belongs to R or not. If belongs, it will be reflexive. If does not belong, it will not be reflexive. Now we claim that half comma half does not belong to R, because here half not less than 1 by 2 whole square. Because 1 by 2 whole square means 1 by 4. Half is bigger than 1 by 4. That means half is not less than 1 by 4. So you can say R is not reflexive. Understood or not? Now let us come to the next point to be checked, that is symmetric. We know to be symmetric we need to pick up two distinct elements from the given set. Now let us pick up 1 and 4 from the real number set, because 1 and 4 are real numbers. Now we claim that 1, 4, this order pair is satisfying the given relations. Now we claim that 1, 4 is satisfying the given relations. Why we claim? Because 1 less than 4 square means 16. That's why we claimed here 1, 4 belongs to R, because 1 is strictly less than 4 square means 16. So this order pair is satisfying the given relations. That's why we claimed that 1, 4 belongs to R. Now from here, by any means we can check the reverse order pair 4, 1 also satisfying the relations. Then it will be symmetric. Now let us verify it whether 4, 1 is satisfying the given relation or not. Now we say the reverse order pair 4, 1 does not belong to R. It's not satisfying the given relations. Why? Because 4 is not less than 1 square. 1 square means 1. 4 is not less than 1. That's why we can say this order pair 4, 1 does not satisfy the relation. So firstly we have taken 1, 4 belongs to R, and finally we have proved 4, 1 does not belong to R. So here R is not symmetric, right? देखो, in the previous step, means in the reflexive step, we have proved with proved it is not reflexive by taking examples. Also here we have proved it is not symmetric by taking particular examples. So you have to remember the particular examples. Understood or not? Now let us come to the next point to be checked, that is transitive. And we know to be transitive we need to pick up 3 distinct elements from the given set. So for this purpose let us pick up 3 distinct elements, 3, 2 and 1.5 from the given set real number R. Let us pick up 3 real numbers, 3, 2, 1.5 given the real number set. And at the same time we assume that the order pair 3, 2 belongs to R. Sorry, not assume, we see that at the same time we see that 3, 2 belongs to R and also 2, 1.5 belongs to R. Why we can say directly 3, 2 belongs to R? Because 3 less than 2 square means 4. 3 is less than 2 square. It is satisfying the given relations, given definitions. So you can say 3, 2 belongs to R. Similarly, why 2, 1.5 belongs to R? Because 2 is strictly less than 1.5 whole square means 2.25. 2 is less than 2.25. That means 2, 1.5. Also this order pair is satisfying the given relations. That's why we claim here 3, 2 belongs to R. Also 2, 1.5 belongs to R. So we say that 3, 2 belongs to R as well as 2, 1.5 belongs to R. Now from here, by any means, if you can check 3, 1.5 also belongs to R, then it will be transitive, otherwise not. Now let us verify whether 3, 1.5 belongs to R or not. Now we claim 3, 1.5 does not belongs to R. Why we claim directly this 3, 1.5 does not belongs to R? Because 3 not less than 1.5 whole square. Because we have seen the value of 1.5 whole square is 2.25. That means 3 is not less than 2.25. So that's why we claimed 3.1,5 does not belongs to R. That means firstly we have taken 3, 2 belongs to R as well as 2, 1.5 belongs to R because they were satisfying the given relations. But ultimately we have proved that in the previous step 3, 1.5 does not belongs to R. That means R is not also transitive. Understood or not? So it is the another example where it is not reflexive, not transitive and not symmetric. Understood or not? So already we have proved that this relation is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Understood? And also here you have proved these questions only by taking example, not in general case like the previous questions. That's why I told you this type of questions are very important to remember. So how to remember it? Only by practicing. You have to remember minimum 2-3 times practice. You have to practice at least 2 to 3 times. Then it will be remembered in the proper way. Understood or not? Now let us come to the third questions. Means question number 12 from the exercise 1.1. Now let us come to the next question to be done, that is 12. First let us read. So that the relation R on a set A. What is the A here? The set of all triangles defined by R equal to T1, T2 such that T1 is similar to T2. The symbol is similar symbol, where all the T1 and T2 will be coming from A set, means the triangles go down. Each and equivalence relations. Now look at these questions. This question will have 2 parts. First we have to prove these are rich and equivalence relations. After that one more part has been added. What is that? Consider the three right angle triangles T1 with the sides 3, 4, 5, triangle T2 with the sides 5, 12, 13, and triangle T3 with the sides 6, 8, 10. Now, which triangles among T1, T2, T3 are related? So, this question is having two parts. The first part is we have to prove this RH and equivalence relations. After that, we have to verify, we have to check among T1, T2, T3 which are related by the given definitions. Understood? So let us do them one by one. First, look at here how the relation R is defined here. R equal to T1, T2 such that T1 is similar to T2. For all, T1, T2 will be coming from A go down. That means R is the set of all order pairs of the form T1, T2. And how they are related, T1, T2? The triangle T1 will be similar to triangle T2, where all the T1, T2 will be coming from A go down. That means we can say in short, T1 similar to T2, double implying T1, T2 belongs to R. What is the meaning of that? If the triangle T1 is similar to triangle T2, then the order pair T1, T2 will be satisfying the given relation R. Means T1, T2 will be belong to R. And conversely, we can say if T1, T2 belongs to R, then the triangle T1 will be similar to triangle T2. That is the meaning of this definition in short. So you have to remember this one. So you have to keep in mind this one. Now we have to check whether it is equivalence or not. That means we have to verify whether it is symmetric or not, reflexive or not, and transitive or not. Now let us verify all the points one by one. Correct? Now to be reflexive, we need to pick up one single element. Now let us pick up one triangle from the go down A. Now here we have to verify. We have to check whether T1, T1 means same elements order pair belongs to R or not. Now you have to check whether T1, T1 belongs to R or not. If belongs, it will be symmetric, reflexive, otherwise not. Now we know every triangle is similar to itself. Now we know every triangle is similar to itself. It is very easy to understand. Every triangle is similar to itself. So we can say from here T1 triangle is similar to itself, T1. So we can say from here the triangle T1 is similar to T1. So we can say from here, from the definition, T1, T1 is satisfying the given relation R. So we can say R is reflexive. Understood or not? Because to be reflexive, the same elements order pair T1, T1 has to be satisfying the R. And we know from the given definition, every triangle is similar to itself. So we can claim T1 is similar to T1. The triangle 1 T1 is similar to triangle T1. So the order pair is satisfying the given definitions. So we can say it is reflexive. Understood or not? Now let us come to the next point, that is symmetric, to be checked. We know to be symmetric we need to pick up two distinct triangles T1 and T2 from the given go down A. And at the same time we assume that the order pair T1, T2 satisfying the given relations. We assume that T and T2 belongs to R. Now from here, if by any means we can check T2, T1 means ulta order pair T2, T1 belongs to R, then it will be symmetric, otherwise not. Now let us verify whether T2, T1 belongs to R or not. Now what we assumed here? T1, T2 belongs to R. T1, T2 belongs to R means from the definition T1 is similar to T2. That means triangle T1 is similar to triangle T2. From here we can easily say, obviously the triangle T2 is similar to T1, because the triangle T1 is similar to T2. So we can say from here easily, obviously T2 will be similar to T1. That means from the definition, T2 comma T1 belongs to R. Very easy to explain. Firstly, we have taken T1 comma T2 belongs to R, and finally we have proved here T2 comma T1 belongs to R. So R is symmetric. Understood or not? So in this way, here the relation will be symmetric. Now let us come to transitive to be verified. We know to be transitive we need to pick up three distinct triangles, namely T1, T2, T3 from the given go down A is the triangle go down, and at the same time we assume that the order pair T1, T2 is satisfying the relation R, as well as the another order pair T2, T3 also satisfying R. So what we assumed here? Let T1, T2 belongs to R. Also T2, T3 belongs to R. From here, by somehow we can check T1, T3 also belongs to R. Then we can say R will be transitive. Otherwise not. Now let us verify whether T1, T3 belongs to R or not. Now let us verify it. Now look at the given definition here. T1, T2 belongs to R means the triangle T1 is similar to triangle T2. Correct? Now look at here. Similarly, T2, T3 belongs to R means the triangle T2 is similar to triangle T3. Here we see the triangle T1 is similar to triangle T2, and here we see triangle T2 is similar to triangle T3. So from here, combining these two cases, we can say obviously triangle T1 is similar to T3. Combining the two cases, we can say directly the triangle T1 is similar to triangle T3. So we can say T1, T3 also satisfying the given relation R. That means firstly we have taken T1, T2 belongs to R, as well as T2, T3 belongs to R. Also we have checked in the last step T1, T3 belongs to R. So we can say R is transitive. So here we have to explain all the points. We need to explain all the points logically. Otherwise, marks will be cut. If you don't explain logically, then marks will be cut. So in this way, you have to follow all the topics logically. Understood or not? So you can say here R is transitive. So here, for this example, R is reflexive and symmetric and transitive. So you can say R is an equivalent relation, because earlier we have proved R was reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. So R is an equivalence relation. So first part has been done in this way. Understood? Now let us come to the next part of the question. Now what is told in the second part? Suppose we are taking triangle T1 with the sides 3, 4, 5 and T2 with the sides 5, 12, 13 and the triangle T3 6, 8, 10. Now all are right angle triangle, right? Here all are right angle triangles, because here all the cases, here in every cases they will be satisfying the Pythagoras theorem. So here it is confirmed, here all are right angle triangles. Now you have to check among T1, T2, T3 which are the similar. Firstly, directly I am taking the side ratio of triangle T1 and T3. First, let us take the ratio of the corresponding sides of the triangle T1, T3 directly. So 3 by 6 will be half, 4 by 8 will be half, also 5 by 10 will be half. So we can say from here 3 by 6 equal to 4 by 8 equal to 5 by 10, because all are equal to half. So we can say from here the ratio of the corresponding sides of the triangle T1 and T3 is proportional. That means here the ratio of the corresponding sides of the triangle T1 and T3 are equal, means they are proportional. So we can say T1 is similar to T3, because we learn the condition in class 10. The two triangles will be similar if their corresponding sides are in the same ratio, means are proportional. So here among T1 and T3 we have chosen first the ratio of the corresponding sides of T1 and T3, and they are equal eventually. So we can say T1 and T3 they are similar. So here among T1, T2, T3, T1 is similar to T3. We have checked directly. Understood or not? So in this way we have done some important questions from the exercise 1.1. Now we shall be meeting with a new video with the next exercise 1.1. So today I stop here. For these days, please be safe, be healthy and stay home. Thank you very much.